just for clients to like actually, oh wait, did we see that? Hold on, where'd it go? Look at that. My crazy hair looks great backlit. Happy Monday, party people. Another week is here. Another crazy week is here. This is my game plan. All right, I'm sharing it with you. Then we're gonna do it. I'm gonna make myself some breakfast because, you know me, I need to eat in the morning. And then I'm gonna tidy a little bit. My kitchen, my living room actually look great right now because, truthfully speaking, we had people over yesterday, so we shoved everything in the office. I am going to do a little bit of prioritization for the day because I need to just kind of think about what I need to do today to have a good week. Also on the priority list is doing a little bit of like a meal plan, not like meal prep, but just like thinking about what I'm going to eat so that when the evening comes, there's something like that I have written down that we're gonna eat. Because one of two things. One, if I know, if like I don't have to decide, it's better. It's even better when I feel like pressured to do it, because then like I can't be like, oh, you know, I wrote this down but I don't want it. But also part two is that if I get caught up on meetings or whatever, I can say to Brad like, hey, we're gonna eat this tonight, and he can like start chopping the vegetables for that and like get dinner started. And he doesn't have to decide either because neither of us want to decide. We can just start making it. Another day, another walk. Truth be told, I was starting to be like, am I just walking to procrastinate? Which I do think that I do a lot. But also, is there something so wrong with that? I spent really the last couple months very sedentary for a lot of reasons, right? One of which being that like it's just been really busy, so it's hard when all your work is on a computer to do that. And then like even like our evenings a lot of times have been filled with like going to places, so you can't really go to the gym if you have like events every night. Also I was gonna be like, oh, like maybe I won't procrastinate and go for a walk now, I'll go for one after work. Except for the sunset is going to be at 6 p.m. So if I didn't go now, I probably wouldn't have been able to go, because this thing happens once I sit down from my desk. All of a sudden I look outside and it's dark out. It is cold, and the problem with this time of year is that the frost, I'm surrounded by deer, is the frost in the morning makes the grass very dewy, so it's a little bit harder to walk and not get your shoesies wet in the morning. I'm gonna show you the deer. Ma'am, it's not a big deal. Don't be doing that to me. It's not a big deal. I'm just walking. Oh, a big boy. I didn't even see you. Hi, bud. If you're thinking to yourself, did she turn around for a bunch of deer? The answer was yes. I cut this out of my vlog 2 weeks ago, I think, where I was talking about how I'm a little bit more afraid of the deer than the bears. Like most of the bears in this area will just like kind of like run up a tree if they see you kind of vibe, unless they have cubs. But one, there was a lot of deer, and most of them seemed a little bit nervous of me, and also seemed like unbothered. That buck did not care. After a few minutes of looking at me sideways, he was like, all right, and ate some more leaves. But there was one doe that literally started like stomping. So I was like, all right, well, we'll turn around. There's like 7 of them, and they were like on all sides. So I guess she was just the mom, and she said, you may not pass. So I'll listen to her and I'll turn around. Those are the trees that I showed you in my vlog the other day. They were so full, and now all the leaves are down. What I will say is that all of this dry weather, although it's terrible for the color of the leaves and probably the health of our area, it does mean that the leaves are pretty dry and crunchy. So if you're going to gather them up and jump in them, much better than wet leaves. Nothing worse than jumping in a bunch of wet leaves. This is also prime roll your ankle season for me. Not that I don't roll my ankles without any assistance, but like between the acorns and then like the black walnuts, it's just really easy to be like, whoop, to get some assistance, right? Like normally I can do it without help, and now the universe is helping me a little. There's some more deer up there, but this one looks small. I think she'll let me go. Also, I feel as though this fear of deer situation makes me sound like I'm a city folk. I grew up with deer that would sleep, would camp in my backyard. And I don't know, there's just something about this one doe that I know she is ill will towards me. Oh my god, I can't believe I ran into her again. I went the other way. And now they're just hanging out over there and they're looking at me. It is bow season here, so they have every right to be concerned. They probably know. They know there's people out there looking to kill them, but I'm not one of them. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. I just want to walk. That's all. Okay, so it's the middle of the day, Monday. I just took a midday shower. It's like 2 o'clock. I just took a midday shower so I can dye my hair tonight, and I want it to be clean, so I did a like clarifying shampoo, and I also exfoliated everything because I also think I might do a self tanner. If I dye my hair tonight, maybe I'll do the self tanner tomorrow. I feel like my lips look crazy because I also did like a lip scrub and then a moisturizer, like a heavy duty moisturizer on them. So I feel like they look like crazy. Like the moisturizer, I feel like it makes my lips look like blue. All right, I'm gonna go take this SD card out, dump footage, start editing, power through. I believe in us. I believe in me. I believe in you. Let's do this. We're hyping ourselves up. I'm fully exfoliated, clean hair, ready to be dyed. My friends are very concerned about what I'm doing for my hair on Wednesday. They're like, so what are you thinking? Because they know that I can get dressed. I know how to style things. I am not very good at my hair. And I just checked. They were like, what are you thinking? I was like, maybe I'll do a blowout. I think they also thought I was going to go get a blowout. No. What I do is I blow dry my hair and then I use hot rollers to give myself a blowout. And that's what I was thinking. But then I just saw it's going to rain. So I may need to consider. So do you ever feel yourself like start becoming a meme? Like I've like walked in 3 directions. Because like I keep having a thought of something I need to do and then like I never finish that task because I'm like, oh, I should do this first. Okay, so we're gonna start laundry. Then I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna dump footage from my phone and SD cards, and to do that I need to get my charger out of the bedroom. Then I'm gonna sit my butt down at my laptop and I'm going to dump footage. That's the plan, everybody. There's no need to like, I look crazy in my own apartment by myself. Truth be told, what's going to be the death of me, we just got these Nude Road mics and they're not rechargeable batteries. They are 9-volt batteries, and in order to use them, you have to power them on, and I keep forgetting to turn them off after I'm done using them. So like I think 2 things are going to happen. One, there's going to be a time where I forget to turn it on and I have no audio, or I'm going to let the battery die because I forgot to turn it off. It's so dark outside and it's 6 p.m. And we changed the clocks on Sunday this week, and which means it only is going to get darker sooner. I'm ready to dye my hair. You may be thinking to yourself, you mean you dye your own hair? That is correct. I know a lot of people don't like that, but I do. I've been using the same Garnier Fructis Honey Mist Auburn. It's not actually Honey Mist Auburn. That's a line from The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, because he goes, honey, you missed Auburn big time. But this is light intense Auburn for dark hair, and it gets the job done. I've been using it a long time. Most of the time it gets the job done. It's so funny because like I dyed my hair at the beginning of September and the color was like so good, and I feel like the dye before that, it did not look as like bright and intense. So I don't feel like I did anything differently, but I'm going to quickly dye my hair this evening. Happy Tuesday. I did finish dyeing my hair last night. This is what it looks like. I'll do a video outside today because it'll look much better outside typically if the sun comes out. Hopefully the sun comes out today. But this is the vibe. While my hair was baking, right? Like you have to wait 25 minutes once you get the dyes in. If you've never dyed your hair, once the dye is in, you have to wait 25 minutes to let the dye like set and develop and have your hair take it in. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna put on New Moon or Twilight. Like it's very like, you know, fall vibes. Let's turn on a movie. So I Googled like where to watch Twilight. Like you do. And while I typed that in, it gave me ticket options to go see it in the theater. I went to see all of the Twilight movies with my best friend. And like there was other friends there too or whatever. Or her mom would come or what have you. But I saw all of these movies with my best friend. And I just had this like moment where I realized I'll never see a cinematic release of Twilight with my best friend again. She lives in Vegas. She moved after high school. And I don't know, it was just like a full kind of like thing last night. So today I'm gonna make some breakfast. I'm gonna make myself an egg, and then I'm going to get some stuff done, I hope. I have a board meeting at 9, so that is gonna be here very soon now that it's 8 a.m. So I'm gonna get on the board meeting, and then I have a little bit of a break, and then I think I have some calls this afternoon. So during that break, I'm gonna do some follow-up emails, and do a little bit of content. And today, we're gonna do a major test. So for the talk that's happening on Saturday, we are, I'm speaking at it, yes, that's what you heard me talk about last week, but we're also producing it. So we need to set up all of the gear and test it. We have microphones here, we have, we're going to do a 2-camera live stream, so it's on Zoom, and Brad's like, that's my goal. Let's talk about unintended consequences, and not just like negative ones, right? Like yesterday, I dyed my hair. There's something about dyeing my hair that just makes like the volume great the next day. Or like right after I dye it, right? Like right after it dries. Like I slept on this and like look at that. Oh, my hair is definitely one that will like shellac to the scalp if left to its own devices. I watched last week's vlog, and like while my hair was wet, I was like it looks like I have lice, but I'm just trying to put a little bit of air between my scalp and my hair follicles so that they don't shellac to my scalp, because then it just goes out here. And my face is already pretty wide enough lately. I don't need the help. So, but that's the thing, like, obviously, dyeing your hair is pretty damaging to it, but an unexpected consequence, a good consequence, is that after I dye it, I'm sure it's like all the oils and like the conditioner, it makes it nice for a little bit, like really nice. Unintended, unexpected consequence of vlogging, I go for more walks because I'm at my desk all day. So if I wasn't vlogging, I probably would have went for breakfast right over to my desk because I would have gotten my workday started. But I was like, oh, like it's so boring if I'm just at my desk all day. So I'll go outside and do a little walk. It's like a build a habit. Like the habit of vlogging makes me walk more. The habit of self-tanning makes me better at moisturizing. Oh, we're gonna move into the sun. Let's do the hair. What do we think? What do we think? We like it? Also, after I ate breakfast, I stubbed my toe so bad that half my toenail fell off. I'm not going to show that because I know what you little freaks do on the internet, but it was very unfortunate. I really need to get out my winter wardrobe, in particularly my stockings and tights. Those are definitely put away in the closet. And also like my like mittens and hats and like scarves, and I'm not a big hat wearer, but especially for these morning walks, it'd be nice to have like a little earmuff situation because it is a little chilly. Also today I start Latasha James YouTube accelerator cohort. I don't know if that's the actual name of it. I'll like actually do it. And I'm excited to be a little bit more strategic about video creation. Maybe not necessarily for this channel, but for We See. If someone were to ask me, like, what's the point of doing these vlogs, truth be told, I think a lot of it is just like getting into the habit of creating for fun. I don't get to talk to a lot of people, so this is nice to talk to myself at least. And 3, I love a little video diary. Let me tell you what. Last night when I was having that crash out about like, I'm never gonna see a Twilight premiere with Chelsea again, I went back to my One Shammy One YouTube account, which is my OG YouTube account, and I think this video is private. But so when we saw New Moon in theaters, we met up with another friend who we actually made on Neopets, and this is like really bad advice on cybersecurity and digital etiquette and protecting yourself online, but it was a friend I made on Neopets. We wound up becoming friends on AOL, and I remember one time I was off from school, and I was like, I'm off from school, my teachers have like an in-service day. She's like, I'm off from school because my teachers have an in-service day. Turns out she lived like 15 minutes away from me, so we got together and made like an actual offline IRL friendship. So when New Moon came out, she went and saw it with us, and she slept over my house that night. And for whatever reason, I guess because it was Saturday night, we watched SNL, and it was like Taylor Swift's hosting it of like, think SNL monologue, think Picture to Burn days. So I've never been a Swiftie. It has nothing to do with her. It's just like her music I don't think is for me, but I was aware of her. I did know all the words to Picture to Burn, because it was the season, right? So she hosted, and she had this funny sketch where like her and her best friend were like singing a song. It's one that's like Barack Obama. That's the only thing I remember from it. Barack Obama. This is gonna sound so strange, but we recreated it in my living room. But this video lives on my One Shammy One channel. I think it's private, probably. And it's just like girls being silly in my parents' den at 3 a.m. after having this like great experience of going to the cinema and experiencing this fandom together, and then recreating a sketch. It was the roommate sketch, that's what it's called. If you look up Taylor Swift roommate sketch, I bet you it'll come up, the actual SNL one, not ours. But yesterday I went back to my One Shammy One channel and I watched this video, and it was like, so like, while I was in this period of grief, it was like kind of comforting to like watch this cute video of girlhood and being silly together. And I have a lot of videos with Chelsea, so it's nice that I get to revisit those times, even if we can never go back there, and even if we won't see a Twilight premiere again. I do wish we took more photos of us going to these premieres. I feel like they're somewhere, but I feel like Twilight in particularly was definitely pre us on Facebook, so those are lost to my space, I fear. That is why I'm vlogging on this channel, and particularly it's just a nice little capture of my life, because who knows what I'm going to be doing 5 years from now, or a year from now, truthfully. Okay, so I have a 12 o'clock meeting here with a client for my day job. I'm trying to make sure I look okay if they turn on their camera so I can match the energy. Fix my hair a little bit. I'm sure I'm like wiggling the camera all over as I'm trying to do this. And then we'll be on our merry way. Let's join this call. Happy Wednesday. So last night we did do testing for the gear. Mics are working fine. We did learn that the laptop that I'm using now, which we're going to use, does not have the correct capture card. Like, we need to order a new capture card. So that will be here tomorrow, so then we can finish testing, and then I'll take you through everything for the setup. But it's still in my living room. So it was pretty successful. Like, things work, things are happening. I need to start charging batteries, because when you have so many batteries, it just takes a couple days to get them all fully charged. So that is my goal. I'm gonna make some breakfast, eat something really quick, go blow dry my hair, and then do hot rollers, and then get ready for my day job. I have a pretty long session today, so I need to get myself situated, settled in, and as soon as that ends, I'm heading over to the university for the art gallery open. So that's why I'm gonna just do my hair now. and call it a day. This is the part of the show where I brush it out, but it's so fun when it's like this. And this is what it looks like after I brush it out. What do we think? Cute? All right, I'm getting ready to go. How do I look? Do a full fit reveal sometime later, but okay, so it's time to go to the alumni night. So last night was so much fun. So the art gallery was interesting. You know, we wandered around for a good while in the art gallery, saw what we could see, and then we did a panel. So I sat on the panel and the students asked questions, one of the professors asked questions, and it was cool. Also, the students made some gifts for the alumni, and one girl made this. Oh. One of the students made this. It's a little like sewn warrior because that's what the mascot is, and he's so cute. I love him. I kept calling him. I was like, "You made the voodoo doll?" And she's like, "What'd you just say?" I was like, "Look at him! Look at him! He's so cute." So she made that. Another student made this little 3D puzzle thing, which is so cute. Again, another warrior, and it says Arts, Media, and Design because that's the new name of the major. So it's so cute. I had a really nice time. I wore a cute little outfit. My work is now on display at ESU in their art gallery through December. So people are like, oh, you know, you can bring people in and they can come see. It's really fun. It was cool. It was nice to meet some alumni that I didn't know. Nice to see some familiar faces. So when I first started at ESU in the Digital Media Technologies department, the program was pretty small. So when I first started in the secretary's office, her office had all windows, and on the windows taped up was like the class list, right? Like everybody in the program and their advisor was on her window, just taped up, and there were 8x11 sheets of paper, and I think there was maybe 4 sheets of paper, right? So I think the entire program was maybe 200 kids, right? Like it was not a huge program. By the time I left, that had grown immensely, and now they have merged with the art department to be Art, Media, and Design. It was a very nice event. Now I have day 2 of my day job event. We did yesterday. It went great. We're back again for day 2, so looking forward to it. And then this afternoon, we're gonna really do a big setup test for Audacity to Speak because that will be here in 2 days. Ah! Happy Halloween! Oh my gosh. So last night, going to see New Moon in theaters. Oh, it was so good. Remember on Monday when I was crashing out because I was like, I'm never gonna see a Twilight premiere with my best friend again. I still kind of felt that way, like, right, like it wasn't 2009, I wasn't gonna go have a sleepover with my friends, but it was still a really nice time. I'm glad that we did it. I'm sad because we're not doing anything for Halloween this year, but we were invited to a Halloween party, but we can't go. Like, it doesn't start until 8, which is fine, but we have to be at the cinema tomorrow morning by 8, so at the very least, right, like, so it's just like, it wasn't enough time. We also don't get trick-or-treaters here because we're in an apartment. Oh my gosh, my Tupperware cabinet's been open this whole time. That's so embarrassing. There's something Halloween-y happening here. I'll probably watch Hocus Pocus and Halloween Town. Like, we'll put that on today. But otherwise, I have a very packed day. My first meeting is at 9, and then I have meetings until 3. And then this afternoon is really just packing and getting ready and charging and testing and preparing. I also need to practice my talk a couple more times. Truthfully, I'm less nervous about my talk than I am just about like streaming. Like, if you've ever done a live show, if you've ever done a production, you know, like, the live stream gods have to be on your side, right? Like, especially when you're in a place that's not your own studio or you're not your own like familiar space. When you're going to a different space, there's just a lot to be concerned about. So I am feeling more nervous about that than I am the talk, but I really need to practice my talk a few more times to make sure I hit all of my points and I sound clear and I sound consistent and figure out my outfit. And also I think I'm gonna wash my hair and do the hot rollers today because if we have to leave so early in the morning, I don't want to have to be stressing about it tomorrow. But I do think I'm gonna wear my hair up for the talk, so I have to figure that out too. Anyways, there's a lot of things to do and not that much time to do it, so we need to start off with breakfast. So I'm gonna make myself some breakfast. There's a fuzzy on my shotgun. Also, it's so funny because it's Scorpio season and it really feels like it. Everyone is so feisty. I love it. Okay, so it looks a little crazy behind me, but we're just doing the testing before we pack things up for tomorrow. So I have my laptop open here. Up here, hold on, let's switch the focus really quick. So over here, we have a monitor. So this also acts as our switcher. So right now we have 2 cameras plugged in. If I switch, you can see a live switching on my laptop, right? So I can actually switch this so it's a full screen, so it'll match now. Or we can see our previews. So right, so that is how we switch between the 2 cameras. This is my laptop situation, right? Beautiful, look at it. Great, I have OBS open so that I can show you what it looks like. Up here, we have a monitor that we're using like a switcher. So this is an Atmos monitor, and here we have camera 1, camera 2, right? So we take the output from here. This is the out up here. We take the output from the monitor and we put it into this Blackmagic Ultra Studio recorder. We did have to upgrade this because the old box does not work with an M2 chip, which is what my laptop is. So we had to upgrade it to a 3G. What's cool about this one is that this is a USB-C cable instead of a lightning cable. And this automatically goes in as a recognized camera source on the laptop. So you don't have to use OBS or Manicam or another like NDI link. You can just open this up in Zoom and all of a sudden it's a camera source. So that's a vibe. So the cameras, we use HDMI inputs for the cameras. We'll have a line in from the audio board that that's actually the power that I'm pointing to. Line in for the audio board over here. We also have a headphone output so we can kind of hear what the recording is looking like. We will record locally here. So this button right here records locally to this guy on a hard drive. The reason that it's grayed out is because that's the hard drive right over there. But we'll record on here. We record in Zoom and then we record on the cameras for redundancy. And we are using this beautiful board from C&K Dance Studio. We're using 8 microphones tomorrow. So we went through and we tested them and started to write out our assignments. And beautiful board, 8 microphones that we'll use throughout the day. So that is all good and dandy. We're using our XA cameras. So these cute little bodies is what we use for our recording. We can put shotgun mics on them, and they have in the handle like a built-in little audio guy. So it's kind of nice. It's nice to be able to get some external audio right into the camera. We'll record to these guys, like I said. And they're great little compact, beautiful cameras. So we have 2 XA20s, which are 1080p, and then we have 1 XA70, which is 4K. And that's the setup. That's what we'll be using to stream tomorrow. I will be sure to take you along tomorrow when we talk, but now we need to pack up all of this stuff, and then I need to rehearse because I am speaking tomorrow. So I'm going to end the vlog here, and we will pick up tomorrow during the Audacity to Speak Summit.